What's going on, guys? How you guys doing this wonderful evening? We got some drama. I love drama, bro. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I love fucking YouTube drama. YouTube drama is tasty, you know. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of that YouTube drama. Now right now, we got some allegations. Some serious sexual assault allegations, okay? With this guy George Not Found, and he's part of the whole Minecraft community. You know, you got George Not Found, you got Dream, and his whole team, all that shit. So we're gonna listen to some false allegations. I mean, hey, I don't want to bury the lead or whatever, but we're gonna listen to some allegations with these motherfuckers, right? And see who what we can come up with at the end. See who we believe.
Hi, chat. I wanted to talk to you guys about something today. Um,
I might speed this up,
I apologize. Because it'll probably be a bit hard.
Less than 3.
bro. Playback speed 1.5.
Um, I won't have.
Bro, for real, like if I like off the rip, bro, if I see a chick coming on YouTube or any like like a streaming platform, bro, and with some allegations and it crying and stuff, I'm a little skeptical. Like for real, I'm a little skeptical. Because if you this distraught, bro, you shouldn't be going on stream with it. You should be going to the police.
The chat on the screen because
And then the police will tell you, I mean, the fucking police and your lawyer will tell you to shut the fuck up.
I can't read it right now. I also turned off all the alerts so I could talk. I'm sorry. I didn't think I would cry.
Bro, I got this on 1.5 speed, and look how fucking slow it still is.
Um, funny enough, I wrote it down because I didn't think I thought I wouldn't have anything to say. You know, I thought I'd freeze up when I went live, which I kind of have, but I didn't think I'd cry. I wrote down what I want to say on stream today. I hope that's okay. Because I get really anxious when talking about important things. And I don't want to miss-say anything. And I want to make sure that
We're skipping through this, bro. I can't do it.
I was ready to disappear with this secret forever.
There we
I
go.
never knew that creators were allowed to talk about these kinds of things, and I guess
Oh
I'm
my
still
God.
new to it all. I just didn't feel brave enough, and I still don't. But her strength made me feel like it may be okay.
And if you guys don't already know, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm treating this situation lightly because once you hear the allegations, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God."
A little while ago, my story had almost been leaked without me knowing, so here it is on my terms. Here's my story. Last year, at the beginning of summer, I was assaulted by a significantly older and popular content creator. I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks.
Bro, all right, so remember that significantly older creator, and she was 18, so you're a fucking adult, right? Like what you talking about?
Prior.
Legally adult.
I was drunk in a hotel room with other people around me when it happened. He was someone I had once watched, and he was 8 years older than me and far more powerful.
8 year older. 18. What's that? 26? I'm stupid. Oh, I got it right. I'm a genius. Quick math. Bro, I thought I had it paused. She just stopped moving, bro. All right, so guy's 18. I mean, she's 18. He's 26. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Two adults so far.
I'm so proud of you and your bravery.
I'm so proud of you and your bravery.
The full story is quite short. It was at a convention in a hotel room. It was my first convention I was invited to, so I stuck by one of my best friends the entire time. I was nervous but excited about it all and felt really grown up. One night, we were at a house party when we decided to leave. It was me, my best friend, and her other friend. This other friend was romantically talking to a really big creator at the time. He was also the best friend of my soon-to-be assaulter. She wanted to go back to his hotel room but didn't want to go alone, so we went with her. I didn't really mind as I was up for anything. When we got to the hotel room, it was the creator, the girl was talking to, and his best friend. The two of them and the three of us. Not much happened that first night, just some drinking and talking at a table. The guy's friend had been passing flirts at me the entire night, but because he was the oldest in the room, we assumed he didn't know my age. Later that night, when I left, I received Instagram DMs from him.
Bro, and she keeps bringing up her age, right? But she's 18, bro. But your age doesn't fucking matter at that point. You're 18. Except for the drinking shit, but we're gonna act like teenagers don't drink, bro. 18-year-olds don't drink. I mean, I didn't. I was a good boy. I didn't start drinking until I was 21. But you know, act like 18 is an adult, bro. Like, like people don't drink at 18. Come on, fuck out of here.
And in my Instagram bio, in bold, was my age, 18, confirming he knew how old I was.
And what the fuck does that
A
matter?
few days passed when I found myself in the same situation. Us three were at a party when it got boring, and whether the girl wanted to leave and go to his room, or he asked us to, I cannot remember. Once again, I was drunker than the night before and was willing to go anywhere. I was naive, and so we went back. I remember a friend seeing me in the lobby on the way. They were worried by the way I was acting and asked if I was okay. I was really drunk, and it was an eerie feeling, like they could sense something was wrong, and I wondered what would have happened if I had picked up on it, and if I wasn't drunk, and if I didn't wave it off. But I don't want to dwell on the what ifs. That night, I went up to his room. Back at the hotel room again were the two friends and us three girls. At the time, all of us girls were already really drunk from the party we were coming from, stumbling and everything.
They were already drunk from the party. Remember these details, guys. So they were already drunk. They go to the dude's hotel room. They're ready to party.
There was more alcohol in the room, and we were encouraged to drink some more as they offered the bottles to us. They said they would join us in drinking and insisted on drinking games, and, already drunk, I obviously complied. We sat on the couch and answered questions about each other, drinking a bunch, and the older guy sat right next to me while playing. I confused my nerves for excitement, as I'd never been around such a big creator before. I remember getting drunker and drunker and really
Yo, I excuse my nerves for excitement. The fuck, bro? Like,
tired around
bro.
this time. It was about 3 a.m. Right before the incident, I had answered a question about my age. We were playing a drinking game and talking about sex, and I admitted to everyone in the room that I was 18 and that I was a virgin at the time. I remember back now to him answering questions during the game about back when he was 19 and when he was in college, noticing how my future was his past, and I wondered how he felt sitting so close to me. It was a little after that, when I resorted to playing games on my phone when it happened. Out of nowhere, I felt him slip his hand under my clothes, sitting next to me on the couch in front of everyone. He disguised it with a simple, "Are you ticklish?" I coughed out a no, still staring at my phone. I was overly aware of the
Bro, in case you guys don't know, that's the assault. He slipped his hand under her shirt, bro. Brutal assault. Brutal assault. So devastating. he he asked her, "Is she ticklish?" Brush it off. Okay.
fact that we were in front of other people, the fact that everyone else was sitting around us, watching us, including my best friend, and that his hand was inching further to places I hadn't asked for it to be. He made a game out of my embarrassment, where he would touch me in certain areas to make me lose the phone game I was playing. I was scared, and I felt sick, either from the alcohol or from his touch. It didn't matter because my mind was a blur. I didn't speak or move.
So brave.
I remember being afraid to even breathe. I stayed there for a while, hoping my stillness could make me disappear. I eventually had to stand up after many minutes for it to stop.
All right.
I was scared to leave or make a scene out of the embarrassment. Eventually, later in the night, I found myself alone with him and his friends. Everyone else either passed out or sick. I dread the scenarios that could have played out that night, the what ifs. I was just so naive, and lucky or not, the night came to an end with just that. The night lasted until 6 a.m. I was still drunk, either from alcohol or tiredness. I went to leave, and the older guy decided to leave with me. We walked to the elevators, where I didn't get on. He then pretended that the elevator was broken, and that he couldn't leave, telling me to get in the elevator to prove it was broken. And then after a few minutes, he ended the night with a, "Guess I'm going now," leaving with a wounded.
Yo, the allegation is over. The allegation was him putting his hand under her shirt and tickling her. That's the allegation. That's the fucking allegation, bro. Which some circumstances, like, it's wrong. You know, don't just slip your hand under fucking women's, anybody's shirt without their consent. But, however, I'm gonna let this plan pull up
Puppy book.
his response.
He proceeded to Instagram message me for a bit after that, simple flirting or asking about the next convention I was going to, saying stuff about seeing me there. Simple messages, ultimately filtered into nothing. At the time of it all, I convinced myself I was lucky. I was lucky that it had happened to me. I was excited to be around such big creators, to be at that convention in general. I figured that's just how things were, that was the price I had to pay to be there, that anyone would have loved to be in my position, and that I should have appreciated it.
In the stream, I'm going to be
It was a first that night. It was the first time anyone had ever touched me.
So devastating. All
I,
right,
I,
bro. I can't stand this, bro. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to, give away too much, but let's go to his response. George not found.
In
That's
this
his
stream, I'm
name.
going to be talking about some very serious topics, including assault. Okay, so this is my side of the story of the 2 times that I ever interacted with Katie Bugs in real life. So the first time that I met her, it was in Dream's hotel room at VidCon. To give context about Dream's hotel room, essentially, it was a bigger room than average. It's not just a bed in a room like a typical hotel room is. Essentially, it's
Bro, why do all these fucking kids talk so fucking slowly, bro? I feel like a goddamn old man, bro. I'm only 32. Why y'all speaking so fucking slow? We're in the bedroom and bro, just say a sentence. I know you got the shit written down, motherfucker.
there was a living room, there was a table, and the bedroom was kind of separated from it. And for this reason, we used his hotel room essentially as a place where all of our friends could hang out in. Bitcoin is a 4-day long event, so we actually used it quite frequently throughout these 4 days. And we had creators, friends in and out of this room throughout the whole event. Now, the first night that I actually met Katie, I was with Dream in his hotel room, and Dream was in a group chat with 5 other people. These 5 people included Katie Bugs, her best friend, and 3 other of her friends. Now, these 5 people, they were at an official VidCon after party, and they wanted Dream to go meet up with them and hang out with them. But Dream actually didn't want to hang out with them, and the reason is because at the time he was wearing his Dream mask a lot, and he felt uncomfortable wearing it because it's just the whole mask on your face. So he just didn't want to go to the party particularly. He even suggested that they shouldn't come because he
See what this says. This says. What if Ghosty and Callie come back with me too? Maybe I don't know what my friends are up to. I'm still at corn dogs with some friends, but leaving Shorty. Want to play that game from last night? It might just be us for a bit at least. We'll make it fun. I don't want to. What? I don't want to take them away from the party. Okay, so this is clearly the chick. They're saying, hey, she's saying that she wants to play, but when she said it like about the drinking game, she was saying it like they forced them to play and they forced them to drink, bro. Lies, bro. Lies. Lying whore.
was assuming that they were having more fun where they were. They reassured him that that wasn't the case. They were bored and they wanted to come. So now these 5 people are trying to come to the hotel, but the problem with that is to get into the hotel, you need to have a VidCon creator badge. And only 2 of the people in the group chat actually had this badge. That was Katie and her best friend.
Pass the Hyatt. Pass to the Hyatt. Passes to the Hyatt. 2 out of 5. So they only got 2 passes out of the 5 of them.
So eventually what happened is Katie and 2 of her other friends came to Dream's hotel room. This was my first time actually meeting them in real life. I didn't even know who they were before meeting them. And then we essentially just were playing drinking games in the hotel room. We were just having fun, talking with each other. Nothing crazy in particular. Now, one thing Katie said retrospectively, looking back at the scenario, is that I was flirting with her throughout the night and that she was uncomfortable with this because of our age difference. At the time, she was 18 and I was 26. She actually assumed I didn't know her age because she had never said it. But then later, I had actually DM'd her on Instagram. And because of this, she says that it is confirmed that I know her age. To give some context to this
And again, she's 18. He's 26. She's a fucking adult, bro. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. He did nothing wrong anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, they're saying it like she was like 17 or 16 or some shit. Oh, she was 18. The fuck?
scenario and why I didn't know her age. My perspective of things is that I am with people that are over the age of 21 in a scenario where we're doing things that people that are over the age of 21 are doing, like drinking. And also the people that came from an event where they had very heavy security. This was an official VidCon after party, and
Which is a good freaking, I mean, not a good thing, but it's like reasonable. You got a bunch of people that are 21, over 21, 21 or over, and y'all are drinking and shit, and then you're assuming that everybody is there is of age. Fucking, that's a reasonable assumption.
with previous VidCon after parties, I even had problems getting into these events. There was one time
But again, it doesn't matter if she's 18 or not. Fuck it. Like, like what? Even if she was at 21. I mean, the only thing wrong with it is the drinking. You're providing alcohol to a minor. But honestly, look into yourself. Look into your heart. and tell me that you've never drank at 18. I ain't gonna say provide alcohol to a minor because I've never done that. I have to think about it. I'm like, wait, huh? Hmm, I don't think I have. I don't think so.
where they didn't let me in because they couldn't confirm the legitimacy of my UK
Shit, I might have. I don't fucking know, bro. I've been to a lot of college parties. College kids are 18 too. Shit. When I was younger, okay, now in my 30s.
ID. They said they weren't trained to look at foreign IDs. So they didn't even let me in despite me being 26 at the time. And also since Katie's stream, I've gone back and reviewed texts from the time, and there was actually a picture where it was shown that they had this 21 plus
Look at that. They had a picture with the 21 and over ribbon.
wristband on one of their wrists. So from my perspective, it's a bunch of 21 plus year olds hanging out. I have no reason to think otherwise, other than her Instagram bio, but I just didn't see it. But anyway, nothing actually particularly happened at this first night that we were hanging out. Everything was very friendly. We went our separate ways, and that's the end of the first night. And then the second time that we hung out was the next night after this. So we wake up the next day, we do VidCon stuff. After we're done, that's the final day of VidCon. So VidCon is now technically over, but we have one more night in the hotel before we need to leave the next morning. And actually, at this point, I actually had a friend that I had only known online meet up with me for the first time. And the whole time I'd known him, he lived in a different country. He was actually living in Japan. And I told him I was going to VidCon, and he actually just happened to be in California at the same date, so the dates aligned, and we made plans to meet up. Now, he arrived early evening, I think it was around 5, 6 p.m. We were just hanging out in my room. Dream messaged me, I'm bored, can you come to my room? Let's hang out, essentially. That's what we did. Me and my friend that I just met, physically, I mean, I knew him online, went up to Dream's room, and we were hanging out. And again, the same scenario happens from the night before. They are trying to get him to go out to another party that they were at, and same story, Dream didn't want to go, but was open to them coming here. And again, that is what happened. But this time, their friends were actually all able to get in. I don't know how they did it, but Katie, her best friend, and 3 other of her friends ended up coming to the room, which had me.
Bro, he said he don't know how they did it, bro. Like these motherfuckers are poor. I mean, not poor, like broke, but they suck at getting in a place that they're not supposed to be. Okay, you know, little secret. Okay, if you if you're in a hotel, right, depending on what floor you're on, and you need passes to get into the hotel, most hotels have balconies or windows. You just throw the pass out the window. When the one person get in, throw the pass out the window. Oh, thanks. I got a fucking pass now. Now you just go in. Throw the pass out the window, bro. And the best thing is like stamps and shit. Like when they just stamp your hand. All you gotta do is lick your hand a little bit, press it up against another person's hand, and voila, the black light is your right there. I was just telling bro, I was sweating so much. I was sweating so much. I sweat off the fucking thing. I washed my hands in the fucking bathroom. My bad. Get into places, bro. It was this one time where I was trying to get into a concert for free. You know what I did? I had a backpack on, and I wore all black to the concert, and I was acting like a fucking stagehand. They just let me straight. Terrible, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Dream, and my online friend that I just met. So 8 people total in this room at this point. This night was very similar to the one before. We were just hanging out, playing games, drinking, and just having a good time. So something I actually want to point out before I continue with the rest of the story is the way that she phrases some things in her story. Instead of saying that her and the rest of her friends actually wanted to come to the hotel to hang out with us, she said that one friend was invited by Dream, but she didn't want to go alone. So then
And it's exactly how she said it. She said her friend didn't want to go alone. So that implies that something sketchy is happening. She thinks that they might be sketchy. I don't want to go alone. And then the chick was acting like she didn't even want to go. But then that contradicts what she said because she said that she wanted to go because she was hanging out with creators. Didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about that. Fucking the chick's a liar. She's a liar. She's a fucking liar.
they decided to go along with her because they were willing to go anywhere. I just think it's important to note already that the story is slightly different from the reality.
What's that? Well, keep me updated if they removed the barriers. Clear and I need passes so bad. So whatever we're doing, we gotta speed run it. It might be easier for us. Yeah,
Of it.
quick.
And I'll be mentioning this a few more times throughout the rest of the
Me, Blank, and Katie coming back to
story.
Hyatt.
You can see in these screenshots
13 minutes. Our guy is speeding. Oh my God, I am old. You guys are going. You guys go to the parking lot or where we need to blah blah blah. hanging out, blah 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 blah. Okay.
from the text at the time that
So it's basically saying that yeah, they were enthusiastic about coming.
they were all trying to come to the hotel, and it wasn't just oh, we're willing to follow her, essentially. They were all in the group chat and part of the discussion to go to the hotel. I also chose to mention my online friend. It doesn't really add to the story, but she never mentioned him or the eighth person that she brought with. So I'm just saying it because that's how it happened, and I want to make sure the story is straight. Another thing that she talks about is how we insisted that she drinks more, and that we insisted on playing drinking games when this isn't the case. Again, they had already been drinking at this party before they arrived to the hotel room, and they had also been the ones that were asking to play the drinking games. So instead of us insisting that we play it, they were actually the ones that were asking us, and you can see that in the screenshot here. They had actually
Hey, what's that app you were using? Most likely for the most likely to game. Oh, so they're asking. She's asking them about the game.
texted multiple times, specifically wanting to play this drinking game that we had played the night before. And at this point, I was pretty drunk, and so was basically everyone in this room. It was the last night of VidCon. VidCon's a pretty stressful time, and honestly, a lot of people are happy when it's over. Not that they didn't like it, but it's just a stressful event. There's a lot that you have to do, and when it's over, you're just happy and you want to celebrate. So at this point, we then moved to the couch. There was a couch in the room, and I sit next to Katie. She also says, looking back on the scenario, that she confused her nerves for excitement when I sit next to her. But again, at this moment in time, everything was friendly. Nothing sexual had happened. I'm just literally sitting next to her on the couch. And during this, she was laughing, smiling. She gave no indication that she was uncomfortable with me sitting this close to her. She also mentions that she was thinking about my age and that I was a lot older than her. Again, she was 18 and I was 26 at the time. And again, to clarify, I actually didn't know how old she was, despite her claiming that I did, just because it was in her bio. And it was clear to anyone there that she was not uncomfortable with me sitting next to her.
Just think about that, bro. Just think about this whole situation, dude. Like, you just chilling, having a good time, thinking you meeting new people, new cool people, right? Just chilling. And then a couple weeks later, the bitch that you were like chilling with, that you was laughing with, playing games with, drinking with and shit, she comes out with this crying ass video saying that you essayed her, you sexually assaulted her. Bro, like what? That's insane, dude. That's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
And eventually, two of the people that came to the hotel room left. So then it was just down to me, Dream, my online friend, Katie, Katie's best friend, and a sixth mutual friend. Next, she says, this is a quote, resorted to playing games on her phone to avoid the awkward situation. Now, I just don't see how this is the case. She's implying that she is using her phone to
Yeah, she said she resorted into playing games on her phone to avoid talking to him and stuff like that. And here's his
essentially
response.
escape, in such an awkward scenario that she's in. But that's just not how it happened. And this is why. She brought up the phone game as kind of a point. The game was honestly the central point of the interaction at this part.
Bro, they asked about playing a game on the phone. So all of them were playing on the game on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, I resorted to playing a game on my phone." Bro, I hate it. Yeah, I hate. I hate what. Yeah, yay, man, young men, y'all better be careful with these fucking bitches, bro. That's just crazy.
Of the night. It was a very social thing. She was moving the passing the phone around. We were all playing the game and bantering about it, just having fun with the game. So I don't see how like she resorted to it.
It was like heads up or something. Like you have to have the phone on your head and shit. So you pass around the phone, try to get the high score, blah blah blah. What, bro? Like what?
And was like using it in that context. She wasn't being awkward at all. There was no sense of uncomfortability from her. She was laughing and playing with everyone. And yeah, I'm not really sure why she phrased it like this. We actually continued to send each other high score updates even weeks after the event. To add further context to this moment, we were all actually sitting on the couch that was in the hotel room playing this game on her phone. And during this, me and Katie were at the far end of the couch and we were
Hold the fuck up. All right, this is just off. But what the fuck is this? This nigga rich as shit. This nigga got pillars in his house, bro. What the? Yo. Oh my god, man. These streamers and shit be rich as hell, dude. Making millions.
cuddling together. We had been cuddling for, I'd say, around an hour at this point, playing the game, talking, and just having fun. And for clarity, I had my hand around her waist above her clothes. So with her statement where she's saying that she's resorting to playing games on her phone, I just don't really understand it. And I think that
Wait, hold up, hold up, hold up. Did he just say he had his hand around her waist? He had his hand around her waist anyway. Like they were holding each other. The fuck?
talking and just having fun. And for clarity, I had my hand around her waist above her clothes. So with her statement where she's saying that she's resorting to playing games on her phone, I just don't really understand it. And I think that the picture that she's painting is really dark, when in reality, she seemed very happy with the situation.
And you know what else I don't like is these motherfuckers like not just saying what it is. She's a fucking liar. This happened with Super Mega too. Like they was like, "Oh man, I feel bad. I don't know how she feels this way, but I respect her feelings and I respect how her viewpoint about it." No, she's a liar. You need to call her out because chicks don't get consequences in the legal system when they falsely accuse men, and um they don't get to face any consequences socially either. So we need to change that. We need to fucking destroy these bitches socially too. When they falsely accuse men, destroy these bitches, all right? Straight up.
Was having a good time. I also want to address a fact that
They should not be able to show their faces anywhere again, okay?
she claimed that would confirm that I know her age. She said that she had answered a question about her age during a drinking game, and we were talking about sex, and that she admitted to everyone in the room that she was 18 and a virgin at the time. I just don't remember this happening. I'm not saying this to just pretend like it didn't happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I did not hear it happen. We're not just all sitting down and not moving. It's a, it's a chaotic
Because it's like fucking 11 people in this damn thing. He probably didn't hear it. This man probably didn't hear it. Or he was just fucking drunk and he just didn't hear it. Like I knew one of my friends, she goes deaf. Damn near deaf when she gets drunk. Like maybe he's one of those people that can't hear shit when he gets drunk.
environment. I could have been getting a drink. I
But again, she's 18. Who the fuck cares?
could have been talking to someone else. I just did not know that
Dude, like, I'm not saying I will, but if I had sex with an 18-year-old, it's not like I'm doing anything wrong, illegal. Illegal. Bro, she's 18. Like, what the fuck are you talking
that
about?
was said. Another quote from her stream I want to address. She says, there was more alcohol in the room and we were encouraged to drink
Is it her fault? Like, does she have a problem when she's flirting with a 26-year-old man? Like, no. The fuck?
some more as they offered the bottles to us. They said they would join a public environment. I could have been getting a drink. I could have been talking to someone else. I just did not know that that was said. Another quote from her stream I want to address. She says, there was more alcohol in the room and we were encouraged to drink some more as they offered the bottles to us. They said they would join us in drinking and insisted on drinking games. They had already been drinking before they arrived. They were drunk, and the way this is phrased, it makes us out to look like we're kind of preying on them and like forcing them to drink when they didn't want to, when that's not the case. And as I mentioned earlier, they were even the ones asking to play the drinking games via the texts before they had even arrived. So then, this is when her most important claim happens. I'm just going to read the quote. She says, out of nowhere, I felt him slip his hand under my clothes, sitting next to me on the couch in front of everyone. He disguised
Main allegation right here, boys. Main allegation. Everything else, we're gonna listen to all the other bullshit that she was saying that he did. But this is the main one that he slipped his hand under her shirt and tickled her. But she said he played it off as if he's tickling her. But tickled her. That's the main allegation. Let's see his side. This is the main allegation. Let's see what he says.
it with a simple, are you ticklish? I coughed out a no and still staring at my phone. I was overly aware of the fact that we were in front of other people. The fact that everyone else was sitting around us, watching us, including my best friend, and that his hand was inching further to places I hadn't asked it to be. Again, as I mentioned before, we had previously been cuddling on this couch for around an hour.
Oh my God. They were already cuddling for an hour.
But I did place my hand on her waist under her shirt. The way it's phrased makes it sound like it just happened out of nowhere, when in reality we'd been cuddling for over an hour at this point, and it was not out of nowhere. It was also around half an hour until I started moving my hand further up, and the way it's phrased just makes it seem like it happened pretty instantly and pretty quickly. There was nothing quick about it, it was very slow, and I was very cautious about it and making sure that she was comfortable throughout the process. Me and Katie were very touchy, very cuddly, and very slowly got more intimate. I've always been overly cautious with consent, and this is not just because I'm a creator. I've been like this since before I was a creator, and I think that's just the way I am and just the way.
Bro, stop. Yo. Bro, don't do this, okay? Record everything, dude. Record every fucking thing. If you're gonna be flirting with bitches and you're a big guy and you're a big streamer and you're somebody like that, somebody big, record every fucking thing you do, okay? Because these bitches, they just want to ruin your career.
It should be. Nothing came out of nowhere. Everything progressed very slowly throughout the night. And also, before I continue, I want to make it clear that the furthest anything ever got was under the shirt touching and cuddling. Now, obviously, people don't typically ask if everything is okay, even such as touching someone's waist under their shirt before they do it. But in this case, I was extremely slow, and she was engaging with me the entire time, laughing, cuddling with me, and even playfully fighting me for the game that we were playing. Again, the quote that she said, he disguised it with a simple, are you ticklish? I coughed out a no. She's implying that it's with malicious intent, and that she coughed out a no would also imply that I should
I need a beer, bro. I need another beer. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna get me another beer.
Be able to tell that she was uncomfortable with it. She says later, he made a game out of my embarrassment where he would touch me in certain areas to make me lose the game I was playing. Now, I actually remember this quite vividly. I remember she was playing the game, and there were parts where it would be very easy to lose if you were distracted. And she's right, I did do that. There were points where she was playing the game, and she was at a point where it was easy for her to mess up, and I would, for example, tickle her or like squeeze her. And when I did this, she would laugh, she would turn around and smile at me, or she would play fight with me because I just made her lose the game. She also says how, quote, I didn't speak or move. I remember being afraid to even breathe. I stayed there for a while, hoping my stillness could make me disappear. Now, to reiterate, anytime that I did this, it was met with her either smiling, laughing, play fighting with me, and there was no reason for me to believe that she was uncomfortable with it. She was not moving. She was not speaking. Of course, I don't believe that silence is consent. I just want to make sure that it is abundantly clear. She was visibly and physically responding well to everything that we were doing. And I also want to comment on how she said that she had to stand up after many minutes for it to stop. She did get up multiple times throughout the night. For example, to go to the bathroom, to get a
See what I say. Watch. Watch. Got me another beer.
drink. Also, when her friends left, she got up to say goodbye to them, and she would come back to the same scenario. I also just want to point out that her best friend was here during this whole process, then afterwards did leave. And I think it is important to note that she made the choice to stay behind for many
All right, fuck this. I'm done with this one. Bro, that's what it is. Rape allegations. I mean, sexual assault allegations. Because he put her hand up her shirt and tickled her. Not even up her shirt, on her waist, and was blah, 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 while they were already cuddling. Like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Because this is fucking stupid to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but this is fucking stupid. Ugh.